Hi friends. What happens when your elderly parent is in a care home and they're in stable condition and then just 2 weeks later they're on death's doorstep? That's what this case is about. So let me share the details because elder abuse matters. This email comes from the daughter of the senior. My mom is 78 and was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease 5 years ago, and she is now nonverbal. She lived with my sister and her family until she suffered 2 seizures and a fractured arm in a fall last August. She was admitted to hospital. A gastrostomy tube was inserted through her belly into her stomach to supplement her food and fluid intake and her medications. The same month, she was moved into our local seniors care center. The facility has 80 long-term care spaces designed for individuals with complex, unpredictable medical needs who require 24-hour assessment and treatment like Mom. In early April, the family had been unable to visit for a couple of weeks due to an illness, but we had hoped to take Mom home for a visit on Easter Sunday. In the medical charting notes we recently obtained from the home, on April 10th they indicated that Mom's feeding tube had fallen out and it was not immediately replaced because the worker on shift was not comfortable inserting a new one. Then on April 12th, the notes show that she had been exhibiting signs of a vaginal infection and that antifungal medications were being administered, but she was considered stable. Another 2 days later, on Easter morning, the facility staff wrote that Mom was sweating excessively and that she had suffered multiple seizures in her wheelchair. The note said that Mom was being monitored as per physician instruction, and her stability as a patient was recorded as medium risk. The care center called my sister on Easter to report the seizures, and they promised to call the doctor to ensure Mom was monitored. When my sister called and told me, I rushed to the facility and found Mom alone in her room, in her wheelchair, shaking with her eyes rolling back and forth in her head. She was sweating and her forehead was very hot. Something was clearly wrong. I decided to call an ambulance myself, and Mom was admitted to hospital. There it was determined that Mom was suffering from a yeast infection in the mouth, a vaginal yeast infection, a urinary tract infection, a kidney infection, and a blood infection. Also, her catheter was blocked. She had a fever and was diagnosed with dehydration. The doctors told the family they believed that the urinary tract infection had gone untreated for so long that it made Mom septic. Finally, they said she had pneumonia and that was causing heart failure. My family is alleging that the care center failed to monitor Mom's most basic health needs, and they need to be held accountable. We filed a complaint with the state asking for them to investigate further, as no senior should be at risk like this. The state has opened a file and is reviewing Mom's case. These weren't our only concerns about the home since Mom moved in there 8 months ago. She also suffered a fall, had a staph infection, shingles, dehydration, and dirty gastrostomy tubes. When they claimed they couldn't get replacement tubes, we had to track some down and order them for the home. We know that these homes are often understaffed and persistently faced with serious problems when it comes to the quality of care of our seniors, but it had only been a couple of weeks since we last visited. How can so much change in such a short time? It really terrifies me for when I'm older. What happens if there's no one to advocate on my behalf? And 4 weeks later, Mom is still in hospital, fighting all those infections and the pneumonia. We are concerned about the long-term impacts on her health. Will she ever fully recover? And where does she live when her hospital stay is completed? Well, friends, this family's tale of how their mom was neglected is not over. How sad that her care was let go to the point of needing to be hospitalized. And what if the daughter hadn't gone to check on her on Easter Day? Might she have just died there, waiting for proper medical attention? Her infections too great for her failing heart to cope with? It seems the family hasn't gone to police, but the state's investigation may result in a prosecution of the home. It seems to me that neglect charges are in order. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And let's hope that no senior is left with multiple infections to suffer like this again, because elder abuse matters. Friends, we're not therapists here, but our goal is to share abuse cases so that you'll know you are not alone if you are suffering from elder abuse. We hope that it's therapeutic to hear other stories, and it may also be helpful to share your own story of abuse anonymously on this channel, and it may help others. Just check the show notes below to find out how. And finally, please like, share, and subscribe now to grow the channel so that together we can reduce the abuse, because elder abuse matters. Please stay safe, seek help, and know that I am praying for you.